Do you want to talk about the U.S.?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We got to talk about this. Is our getting ready for the World Cup.
All right, let's do it.
Podcast. What do you got to talk about the U.S.? What do you think?
I think it's not looking great in terms of
why.
I don't think we're clicking. Like I don't see some of our players abroad totally clicking.
We were shambolic the last outings.
Yes.
Oh, I mean,
but right. There was no healthy Reina. There was no healthy Weah. There was no healthy Weston McKennie. There was no healthy, Pulisic. There was no healthy.
It's as simple as this, Dave. We beat Wales, okay, that first game in Group B. It's all on the table. Everything's on the table. We can make a run, okay? We're not winning the World Cup, that's for sure. No way in hell. Not going to happen because of the Brazils and the Frances out there. We're just not that good. That's my opinion. I would love to see it. I'll be the first person streaking through the park, people, with red, white, and blue on.
Let this happen. Come on.
But there is no belief that anyone should have as a rational human being to think the U.S. is going to be able to, even if, let's say, we make it to the semifinals against one of these teams, going to be able to win against Brazil or France or whatever. Not going to happen. But can we get there? Yeah, anything can happen after we beat Wales, because then you get a little belief if those players you just mentioned, like Weston McKennie.
There was a huge, first you're starting with, we're not looking good. Then you're saying that we can't win the World Cup. There's a whole range between not getting out of your group and winning the World Cup. Where are you putting us?
I'm putting us as best case scenario. We win one knockout game and lose in the next round, which is what, quarterfinals?
Yep.
Losing the quarterfinals.
Yep.
I think that's the best we're going to do personally. I think the worst we're going to do is we lose to Wales and the whole thing's a meltdown.
But that's a range. What are you actually going to
Because I think it's one or the other. So you're asking for me for my prediction?
Yeah, that's a wide range. You can't say out in the first round or quarterfinals.
Yeah, no. So
that's like the whole range that anybody would ever pick.
My prediction is we make it out of the group and we win the first knockout game.
So that's the quarterfinals.
We make it to the quarterfinals.
Okay.
So that's not being down on the team. That's being up on
That's
the team.
pretty positive.
That's the highest we've got. That's the furthest we've gotten ever, unless you include the 1950 World Cup when there were only four teams in the tournament.
Should we not make it to where the best we've ever been, right? So I don't think that's my point. Is I don't think we're going to surpass the best benchmark that we've ever had, even though this is the most talented U.S. national team squad we've ever seen to date, right? So I think that's the best we can do, even with all this talent.
Yeah, we got a big problem in the back. Big problem. And Berhalter is not the guy to fix it. We have a big problem in the back and a huge plus up front, right? I mean, because Gio Reyna's finally healthy again. We don't even know who our striker's going to be. Pulisic's healthy again. No, you don't need a striker. Why are they always looking for a striker, right?
Because we need goals? Because we can't score against Japan?
Pineda.
We can't score against...
Yeah, because they're playing with a striker.
Saudi
Why not play
Arabia?
with all the attackers and we'll still score goals? Play Weah, play Reina, play Pulisic, play McKennie, and let's go.
So you're saying Berhalter has the same problem as Pineda, where he refuses just to put the most talented players on the field? Yeah, sounds about right. Not going to make it very far.
But...
Weah, so talented. You got to play him.
We have our own mama in the U.S. national team, basically.
I agree.
Yeah.
Right? Because we've got Pulisic and Gio Reyna and Tim Weah and who am I missing? Weston McKennie and Aronson, and we got a lot of attacking players. And we have some balance because Tyler Adams is really good, even though Leeds is really struggling. Jesse Marsh is...
The only player I'm just so high on right now is Brendan Aronson.
Yeah, he's good.
He will be the most important player for the U.S. men's national team in the World Cup. Period. The end.
Oh, no. That's not true.
It is.
No, there's the two most important players.
Name anybody that would be more important than him.
Tyler Adams, Weston McKennie.
No. Tyler Adams plays with Leeds. And he is way overshadowed by importance on Leeds United than by Brendan Aronson.
Well, because
I
Leeds
watched-
is doing terribly.
No, because Brennan Aronson brings it every single game. He's a thorn in everybody's side. He is unquestionably an X factor that any team should want. Leeds United or the U.S. men's national team. And he elevates everybody around him by his energy.
But then why are Leeds losing? You can't score.
Why? I don't know, because the other talent around him is not getting it done. But if you, like, literally, if you, and I asked that same question as I watched Leeds United, I'm like, is Brennan Aronson, his efforts making some other sort of counter mistakes? No, he's not. Like, he is setting players up. His work rate is, it's unbelievable.
I think he's really good playing off the center striker who's getting all the attention. But when he's getting all the attention, I don't think he's a lead the line kind of guy. He reminds me of a Phil Foden.
You're not watching Leeds,
dude.
He's dribbling past people.
Yeah, I know, but Phil Foden does that too. But like,
So where does he play for the U.S.? Where's Aronson for the U.S.?
I don't know, because it's depending on where Berhalter figures that out. Like, it's a similar Pulisic type of position, right?
yeah, I wouldn't play any striker, and I would, to be honest, I would play, Pulisic, probably Aronson, Gio Reyna across the front, right, and be like, let's go.
I know that's crazy that I said Brennan Aronson is our most important player, but I think he is going into this World Cup.
He's not more important. I mean, if the U.S. is going to survive, we have to do well in the midfield because our back four. Yeah. I mean, outside of Anthony Robinson, who's still not quite healthy. I mean, he's coming back and he should be good for the World Cup, but obviously Robinson was a huge loss, and we have no answer. We had our central pairing. Right, whatchamacallit for Nashville.
There's one guy though that's consistent, hasn't been injured, plays every game, plays consistent, plays amazing, and that's Brennan Aronson. Everybody else we've mentioned here, Pulisic doesn't start. Gio Reyna has been injured and off and on.
He's back. He scored.
McKennie the same. We don't even.
Weston McKennie. We don't know. Back. He scored. Right. Everybody was worried about the injury. That's why I'm saying I'm higher on the U.S. because. We had those injuries, right? Gio Reyna was a long-term absence. Weston McKennie was a long-term absence. Both of them came back. Both of them started. Both of them scored on the weekend. Like, come on, let's go. We're ready. They're fresh, too. They haven't had all this wear down, right? If they can just get hot, let's go.
That would be my only concern with Brennan Aronson. They've worked him hard the last couple months. Like, he's been a workhorse.
Yeah, but it's only a third of the way through the season.
Yeah.
He'll die right after the World Cup, and he'll be nothing for Leeds the rest of the season.
Probably.
But he's still good enough to go for the World Cup.
Yeah, okay.
That's the advantage of having the World. Usually the World Cup at the end of the season. Brendan Aronson at the end of the season in his first Premier League season would be just spent. But in the middle of the season, it's okay.
Yeah.
No problem.
All right, Mikey Dobbs, I think I'm coming with you. I think Aronson is really important for the U.S. national team.
Okay.
Just his work rate. I remember him from earlier games, the 12-year-old looking guy, before I knew who he was.
He looks like he's 12 years old.
Yeah.
He's playing like a absolute veteran right now.
Yes.
Like, I've been eagle-eyeing him lately. Like, and
he's good. I don't get it wrong.
But I've been looking for flaws. I haven't just been trying to be like a bandwagon guy with him. He is, he's like Almada in the sense of in a bad team, he's not making the stupid passes or he's still getting in there and making smart decisions. And not losing the ball. And I don't know. It's just.
So who's going to be the other center back?
Oh, God, that's our problem, too. Our whole back line is a bit of our center back.
Well, they're going to probably play Serginho Dest, and and he's great. He's playing for AC Milan, but he's not a great defender. And you're like, again, I would still play him, but I would, if I were the coach, I would say, look, still get forward, but take your moments. Like, I don't need you going up every single time, right? Same with Anthony Robinson. Like, if this team is going to survive, those guys got to stay at the back and defend.
I just think that, again, if we beat Wales and we get on a positive run,
how could we not beat Wales?
It's the World Cup, man.
I know. World Cup happens weird things. And we do have Berhalter as our coach. Yeah. He could find a way.
But, I think Dest is such a talent. Like, if we do get on a positive run, like, he'll step up his game. I think that's his mentality. Like, he plays for the occasion. I think he's that type of player. I don't know.
But who's the other center back?
No, after Zimmerman?
Yeah, Walker Zimmerman is clearly going to start. And people are worried about him because people say, oh, he has off, because Nashville just got eliminated from the MLS playoffs. I say thank goodness, because that guy has played so many minutes. He could just use a couple weeks to recharge the batteries. He's going to be terrific. So I love that. I was rooting for, no offense to Nashville, but get him out so he's ready for the World Cup. He's still training. The national set up a national team camp for players who are out, and they're just training on the side. But it's not the intensity, the whatever. He can just relax a little bit.
Well, I know, and that's why I started off
with
the 17th choice for Brazil is better than whatever the who else is that we're gonna scrounge up.
Easy.
Center back is the big problem, and then the goalkeeper.
Yeah. Well, I like Matt Turner personally. He's my guy.
But he's not playing.
Yeah, he's still got confidence though.
Yeah, he played. What do you call it? The tournament.
Yeah,
thing.
he's been getting Europa League time with Arsenal, right?
Did well.
Yeah, and he's done well.
Yeah.
I still probably think I would go with Zach Steffen. But to be honest with you, I don't understand.
I'm not worried about it because I think both are good keepers.
Why not Sean Johnson?
I like that choice.
Sean Johnson's been in phenomenal form. He's playing every week in, week out. And, maybe doesn't quite have the ceiling as a Zach Steffen, but I would start him.
Now you've gotten lost. Sorry. Because there's two better goalkeepers than Zach Steffen, which are Matt Turner so you said Sean Johnson. Zach Steffen and Turner are better than
Sean Johnson.
Sean Johnson.
I think they're better, but not an informed Sean Johnson who's in the playoffs, who's playing week in and week out, and playing really well.
They are.
Really well.
Yeah, he's playing really well. But he's
second best goalkeeper in the MLS. The only one that's better than him is Blake, who's, God bless, is maybe the best goalkeeper.
I
the only one that's better than Blake is the two Brazilians.
There's two guys playing in Europe, and they're a level up from Sean Johnson. A level up. Or Sean Johnson would be playing over there if he could.
He could.
No, he can't.
He absolutely could.
He'd be there.
Because there's an American bias. Like, if you look at the Premier League goalkeepers, right? Sean Johnson is a top 10 goalkeeper in the Premier League. For sure.
False.
Outside of the two Brazilians, right? I mean, certainly the two Brazilians are amazing, right? Ederson and Allison. I mean, they're the two best goalkeepers in the whole world. Maybe also.
You lost your way here, Dave.
No.
Yeah.
It's hard to
the
tell.
English goalkeepers are awful. Awful. I think they should be starting, England should be starting Pope and not starting Pickford, right? Jordan Pickford, he's terrible. But Sean Johnson is a better goalkeeper than Jordan Pickford, the starting goalkeeper for England. Hands down, no problem. There's just a bias. There's a bias, Mikey Dobbs.
False.
It's just hard to tell because in the MLS, Sean Johnston,
He's
plays
amazing.
on his head.
Yeah.
Plays on it. We saw it as Atlanta United. The playoffs played on his head. But I'm
not saying he's not an excellent goalkeeper. He is. But
he's great.
You can't tell me
I'd probably start him.
A top 20 EPL team goalkeeper if he's not there, Dave, and he's not there.
I'd rather bring a goalkeeper.
Because if he could be there, he would be there.
If you take a goalkeeper like Zach Steffen or Turner who aren't playing that much or coming off of injuries, don't get me wrong. When Zach Steffen is playing in and day out, when he was in MLS, if he was playing he's a great goalkeeper. Yeah. He's probably better than Sean Johnson. But he's not. And I wouldn't take that risk in the World Cup. You still got a phenomenal goalkeeper who's going to give you great. I
don't know. I'd have to go to tape for Sean Johnson, but he's clearly lacking the footwork then that the EPL teams demand then.
Okay. That might be fair. That might be
because he's a hell of a shot stopper.
Yeah. That's what you need. Why is everybody so obsessed with playing out of the back?
Because that's what they do in the EPL, Dave. I don't know if you've
watched.
Not
in the World Cup.
No, but we talk about
how
EPL.
many teams have a press like Klopp or Guardiola in the World Cup?
Yeah, you did say this is who our U.S. men's national team. Yeah, sure, give him a chance, but I still say Turner and Zach Steffen are excellent. So why?
And how good is Pickford with his feet?
Turner is an amazing shot stopper.
Yeah, and also terrible with his feet.
Also not great with his feet.
Yeah, I think Sean Johnson is as good a shot stopper as Turner.
Yeah, I'd give him
and they're about equal with their feet. And Sean Johnson's playing every week and out, and they're in the playoffs, and they won the MLS title last year. They're probably going to win again. Mm-hmm. Come on.
And none of them are 5'8", so I take all of them.
Johnson's not a bad...
Nova.
All right.